What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Matt the Scat, and I'm back with another video. I tried to upload this video 3 times. This is the 4th time I'm doing this. The first 2 times I had audio issues, and then yesterday I tried to upload the video again, and it cut off like half the video. When it was uploading, it said error, and then it cut off half the video. So this is my 4th time trying to get this video to you guys. Um, But yeah, man, this is the Celtics versus Heat prediction slash reaction. I say reaction because obviously games already happened. Game 3 just was held last night. Celtics caught that dub. We needed this. The Celtics needed that. If the Celtics lost, I told you I was just gonna call this a reaction because it wouldn't even be a need for a prediction at that point. Because if the Heat go up 3-0, the Celtics are losing in 4 or 5. So. But since they won, it's still a series. Anything can happen. But let me start by telling you my original prediction. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. Before the series started, I thought the Celtics were going to win in 6. I said Celtics in 6. Now, obviously, especially when the game 2 ended, I definitely had a change of heart. I almost switched to Heat in 6, but Boston got saved with Gordon Hayward coming back, making a great impact with the minutes he got. He actually wasn't even limited. He didn't get limited minutes. He played a regular game. I think he played about 30 minutes last night, 27 or something. So yeah, we definitely needed that win. But yeah, my original stance was Celtics in 6, and I'm gonna tell y'all my new prediction after towards the end. But let me start with the reaction. Okay, so the two things that I've taken away from part is the Heat's depth. And before Gordon Hayward came back, it was looking like the Celtics depth was overrated. Now let me start with talking about the Heat. So the Heat, man, the Heat are loaded. They are so loaded. Their starting lineup isn't as good as the Celtics, obviously, but they are deep. I did not realize how deep the Heat are. They have No Limit Hero, that's Tyler Hero's Instagram if you don't know. But they have that, man, he is cold. He scored 22 points last night. He is not afraid of the moment. He steps up whenever clutch shot. He's made clutch shot after clutch shot in multiple games. Daggers. He's just not scared. Jimmy Butler is doing a great job mentoring him. He definitely saw what Hero was made out of. He was mentoring him for a reason. He sees something great in him. He's amazing. What is he, like 20? The kid is amazing. But yeah, they have him, Kelly Olynyk. Man, he's starting to make me miss him on the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? He can stretch the floor, hustles. He's gonna die for loose balls, give you 100%. You have Andre Iguodala all coming off the bench. Jay Crowder knocking down threes. Duncan Robinson looking like the second coming of Kyle Korver. JJ Redick. He looks like a new age 3-point specialist, man. Can shoot off the dribble, fadeaway threes. It's crazy. You have Goran Dragic, obviously. So they're deep. Now the Celtics depth, with the exception I would say of Wanamaker and that Williamson guy who comes off the bench, the Celtics are not that deep, especially when Gordon Hayward was out. It was clearly a difference. You could tell the Miami Heat were clearly a better overall team when Gordon Hayward was out. But now let me talk about Kemba Walker. Now for the first 2 games, even before the series against the Heat, Kemba Walker had been such a disappointment against the Raptors and in the first 2 games against the Miami Heat. He could not shoot for anything. He was so inconsistent. He's been a defensive liability, but now since he's on a playoff team on this stage in the bubble, it really exposed the defender or the lack of defense that he really plays. He is a huge liability on the defensive end. And for him to not be stepping up to the level of greatness that I know he on the offense, it was really disappointing because if Kemba's not scoring, he is literally a weakness on the court. So when he finally stepped up, he finally woke up in the last 2 games of this series, and I'm so grateful for that because we need that. But Kemba Walker, even against the Raptors, they would just put him on a pick and roll or match him up against Lowry, and Lowry would just ISO him. They do the same thing with Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero. They just give him the ball, put a Kemba Walker in the pick and roll and just shoot over the top of him or just take him all the way to the rack. I mean, like, come on, it's ridiculous. He looks like me out there in high school, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a great perimeter defense, but if you get me in the paint, it's almost a guaranteed bucket. But yeah, Kemba, he is definitely a defensive liability. He just gets caught in the pick and roll, and then they just ISO him in the mid range, or shoot over the top of him, or just back him down and take him to the post. But I'm really proud for Kemba stepping up, especially when we need him the most. He's getting it done. 20 points back to back, efficient shooting, 50% from the field. It's really been a deal for the Boston Celtics. We need him because if he's not scoring, he's not doing anything. He's actually making the team worse. He is a good playmaker. I'll give him that. He's an underrated playmaker. So is Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward can put the ball on the floor, score, ISO. He's very crucial. We needed that. We needed someone other than Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, and Jayson Tatum making the plays. But now speaking of Jayson Tatum, let's talk about Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum, you guys probably noticed, he's going to be my favorite player after Rondo retires. He's my favorite Celtics player at the moment. He's going to be my favorite player, like I said. He's going to be the next Kobe Bryant / Carmelo Anthony. Great footwork, not scared of the moment. He's amazing. We all know where Jayson Tatum's going to be in the future. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. But he's not ready right now. And then I'm saying, when I mean he's not ready to be a closer, a consistent finisher in games. That's where I would say he needs to take his game to the next level. He's great through the first through early fourth quarter. But when palms get sweaty, the game is actually on the line, he is like half the version of himself. He'll turn the ball over in crucial moments. He'll take awful shot selections. He won't be as efficient. And I believe it was game 2. Yeah, it was game 2. Jayson Tatum had been getting buckets the whole game, through the first quarter up until like the middle of the fourth. And then when clutch time arrived, the early fourth and OT, he goes 0 for 7. He did not make a shot in clutch time. He went 0 for 7. Most of them were just off bad shots. So it's not like he's choking. He just doesn't know how to close games. He hasn't had enough experience to know how to close a game. He never had a vet show him how to close a game. Hopefully he's learning from Kemba, because Kemba has been a great closer for the last 2 games. But Jayson Tatum, excuse me, at this moment is not a clutch, consistent closer. He'll make a couple clutch shots, but at this juncture, I'd rather have Marcus Smart or Kemba Walker closing out games. Jayson Tatum still needs to learn that. He takes tough shots, contested fadeaway, because he doesn't know how to close games. And that's actually the Celtics' identity. Even in the game they won last night, they almost choked it again. They had a 17 or a 20-something point lead, and then it was like 4 minutes left, and it was a 10-point game. And that's why I believe the Miami Heat are still going to win this series, because Boston does not know how to close games out. They just don't know how to close them out. They'll be up by 15 at the end of the second quarter or in the middle of the third quarter, and by the time when the start of the fourth, it's a tied game. So when the Boston Celtics have a 10-point lead or a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, I don't get excited. I'm actually more nervous. I'm like, oh man, it's only a 15-point game. If they bring it down to 10, it's over. They're definitely going to come back. Especially with a team like the Miami Heat, you have to close them out. You have to step on their necks, because their identity is to never give up, to keep pushing, keep having your confidence, maintaining the same high level energy. They do not quit. So my prediction now, it's gonna go to a game 7. I think I say Heat in 7, because I trust Jimmy Butler more than I trust Jayson Tatum or Kemba Walker. I trust their identity. I feel like the Celtics they lose who they are. They stray away from their identity. They isolate. They don't pass the ball. There's little ball movement. So I'm gonna go with Heat in 7. I hope the Celtics win. I'm a Celtics fan. I really hope they win, but my mind is telling me Heat in 7. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll probably do my top 10 players of all time next video, or maybe top 10 players in the NBA currently. Just let me know which one you want to see. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.